Hello guys, so today this tutorial is going to be about using VLookup in Excel. VLookup is a very powerful tool and it can save you a lot of time if you have large amounts of information or data, right? So in this example, we're going to figure out the letter grade for each student, which would be here, using this table here, right? So let's get started. Let's say that you want to figure out the letter grade for each student. We're going to do this using the VLookup function. So the first thing we would do is select the cell where you want the letter grade to be inserted. Click the insert function button next to the formula bar. Now you can see I recently used VLookup, so it automatically shows up here. If it does not show up there, then you can just highlight these, delete it, type VLookup, and click go, and it'll take you to the VLookup function. You highlight VLookup, click VLookup, click OK, and now the formula has been started. You can see this part has already been entered into the cell. You can see it in the formula bar. Now the first thing we're going to enter here, as you can see in the function arguments, you have 4 cells or 4 boxes: the lookup value, table of array, column index number, and range lookup. Now the first thing we have to do is select the value that we want to look up, right? So we want to look up the test score, which is going to correspond to the letter grade. So we select that. Go to the table of array box, and the table of array is going to be the table which contains the letter grades, which is this table over here, grade score. Now you're going to highlight the entire table with the exception of the title. Do not highlight the title. So click the left mouse button, hold it down, select the table. Now one thing that is very important is that you have to make sure that the table of array is absolute, which means that it will not shift when you copy the formula down. So we do that by entering $signs. You can either highlight the entire entry here, click F4, type F4, and you see that $signs were entered in front of each number and letter. Now we click on column index. This is the column in the table of array in which we're going to pull the letter grade from, right? So there are only 2 columns in the table of array, column 1 and column 2. So the information that we want to pull out of the table of array is in column 2. So we type number 2. Do not select the cell, just type the number. Now in the range lookup, you can either type true or false. If you want an exact match, then you would type false. If you want the closest match, which is what we want in this case, then we will type true. And the reason we want the closest match and not the exact match is because, for example, the first student, George, has a 59, and as you can see, there's no 59 in the grades table, grade score table. So we just want to pull the letter grade which is closest to 59. That's why we only want the closest match, so we make sure that we type true here. Click OK. And there you have it. George gets an F. Now we want to copy the formula down to get the rest of the grades. See this little box here? The border. Hover the mouse or the pointer over that box until it turns into a black cross. Click the left mouse button and drag it down. And there you go. The letter grades have been entered in next to each and every student. Now, let's say for example you have 100 students. This will save you a lot of time performing this function instead of trying to enter each grade manually, which will take you forever. And there you have it. This is a simple explanation or instruction on how to use VLookup. You can apply it to many different functions. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below, ask me the question, and I'll make a tutorial in order to answer your questions. And please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.